Good time of the day, everyone. This is Ivan from Epic, and today we're here with you for our Epic members' new product release session. Let me remind you that Epic is the largest photonic industry association in the world. We include over 800 corporate members, and some of our members are here with us today. We have the exciting agenda. We will hear from 5 speakers, starting with Comptek Solutions, represented by Elias Tsiatas, Sales and Business Development Director. He will talk about the Controx 200 millimeter wafer pilot line, and followed up by TeraXion, Patrice Dionne, the product line manager at TeraXion, will talk about compact tunable optical filter platform. We will hear also from Francesca Navarro, the product manager at MRSI Mycronic. She will talk about the next generation high precision epoxy dispenser, and as well from Ed Robinson, the product design manager at Arden Photonics. We'll talk about the next generation encircled flux meter. Last but not least, we'll hear from Frank Lerch, VP for business development at EPIGAP also Photonics, and Frank will talk about sphere LED chips. With this, without further delay, I would like to invite our first speaker to represent his product. Elias, are you with us?
Yes.
Okay, whenever you're ready, please, you can share the presentation, and we're good to go.
So good afternoon. My name is Elias Tsiatas from Comptek Solutions. I'm the Sales and Business Development Director. I give you first a short company overview. So we are founded in 2017 as a spin-off from the University of Turku in Finland. We are 27 people, and our collaborations cover several target industries for us, like power, RF, micro LED, laser, quantum, and substrates. In our facilities, we have state-of-the-art labs, including several ultra-high vacuum reactors and also ISO 5 clean room and outstanding characterization capabilities to support the technology. The solutions we offer is passivation technology for 3-5 compound material-based semiconductors, and the business model is based on technology transfer with that includes equipment and IP license. The technology itself, we think that the one bottleneck in the semiconductor industry, especially with 3-5, is the interface between those materials and the thin films, where we see very high defect density. So what our technology is doing, Controx, what it's doing is that we replace the default interface that is an irregular amorphous oxide layer, as you can see here in the picture. We replace this with a very stable, high quality oxide that comes prior to any thin film method like ALD or PCVD. And that offers a very self-limited thin layer that is very stable and contributes to surface reduction, defect surface reduction of 90-80%. Or up to 90-80%. Then the devices we can treat with our technology are sidewalls, like micro LEDs, for example, or laser facets for high power, let's say lasers is a good example, interfaces for transistor or RF applications, and also substrates. And we can treat different combinations of 3-5 compound materials, as you can see here from the screen. Some examples of the technology effectiveness and is, for example, the interface. Here we have pictures, pictures from a gallium nitride wafer that is clean, and then we have started growing our Controx oxide, and you can see that it's a very well-defined oxide with a very specific structure, and it has a very good stability towards air exposure that lasts for weeks, I would say. And in this example, we help to reduce the density of intensity traps for the electrons and also to increase the electron mobility. Another example of this technology is the lifetime, and here I use as example high power lasers. So you can see on the picture on the right that after 1000 almost 500 hours, we see that a Controx passivated laser bar maintains a relatively high power level compared to the standard reference method that is being used in this example by the customer. And finally, if we think about the new tool that we have here, you can see the picture of the new tool here in the on the right corner. The performance of micro LEDs is a very typical example of Controx role in passivation, because you can see that we can contribute to chip size reduction. For example, a 5 micrometer chip can perform as good as a 40 micrometer chip if it is Controx passivated, because and this example here, by the way, it's a 5 micrometer micro LED blue gallium nitride technology. And also you can see in the picture how different is the brightness level between those two, a standard one without Controx passivation and then the Controx passivated LED. So the new thing here about the Controx technology that supports our activities is the wafer pilot line 200 millimeter that has ultra high vacuum reactor, of course, is the basic thing where the magic is happening. And then, of course, it's supported by other elements. I would emphasize the ALD equipment connected to that, also the glove box for pre-production or development purposes, and of course a storage chamber that give us a lot of flexibility. The equipment, you can see another picture here, can support several wafer sizes. 200 millimeter is the biggest one, but we can do also 6, 4, 3, and so on. Even more interesting is that we can support also customized holder designs, and we can do also different small sample sizes down to 12 times 12. And it's a fully automated system that gives us also the speed we need. And of course, it's connected to clean room. Some of our activities now that we want to support with this new R&D equipment have to do a lot with photonics. And the first results are already here. On the left page, you can see a 200 millimeter wafer from blue micro LED gallium nitride. And you can see that we have measured, we have applied our Controx passivation. We have done several measurements. Here we have 5 different points. So Controx A, B, C, D, E represents 5 different points on the wafer. And we can see that we have managed to increase the performance of the LED compared to the reference. And here I must say that we have applied first time ever a Controx recipe to an 8 inches or 200 millimeter wafer. There is, of course, a lot of things to do here in order to increase further the shift to uplift the performance of this micro LED. And of course, we plan to do also other things here, not only the blue, but also the red and the green micro LED in different sizes. Also, with this tool, we are treating also quantum IC materials, also 3.5 substrate passivation for some infrared applications. We are involved also in a European defense project. And Not to forget, of course, outside the photonics, also the power transistors and the RF transistors as well. And then with our mass production laser tool, we are in all, I would say, in all main high power laser applications, gallium arsenide, indium phosphide, also gallium antimonide, and as new thing, we explore also the gallium nitride visible lasers for passivation. And finally, in order to get a good understanding of what we are doing, we need, and we have developed characterization systems. And the new product is a smart fab that can give to the customer and to us also visibility of several things that we need to measure, understand, and also correlate each other in order to understand what we're doing. Last but not least, a few words about our business model. So we start with a proof of concept in order to demonstrate to the customer how we can treat their wafers, their material, and then a successful proof of concept leads to technology optimization within a development agreement, where also equipment is asked. So for wafers, we have this new tool that you saw, and of course, partnerships with some world-leading semiconductor equipment manufacturers. And of course, for lasers, we have our own tool, our own passivation system. And finally, what we sell to the customer with the technology transfer is a license agreement to operate the technology. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Elias. Very nice summary and exciting product. So yeah, I'd like to remind to everyone that we will have a short Q&A session after each presentation. So if you have quick questions for Elias, don't hesitate. There is the button to raise hand at the bottom of your Zoom screen. So yeah, with this you can just let me know if you have a question in mind. If not, we can proceed also to the next speaker. Well, before this, Elias, I was wondering, so this pilot line, that product that you showed is combinable with any other products that you have in your portfolio, of course, right?
Yes, I mean, with this line, we can do all kind of wafers, 3-5 semiconductor material wafers. So the device itself doesn't matter. It's the size of the wafer and of course the material. So theoretically, it can be also, let's say, a VCSEL, so vertical emitting laser, for example.
Okay. And what about exploring the monolithic growth of 3-5s on a silicon substrate for laser emission? Is that something feasible?
Let's say we have a few things in our roadmap, yes, but at the moment it's not the first priority, I would say.
No, yeah, but of course for micro LED and LED applications, that sounds very exciting. Is there any further questions from the audience? If not, yeah, I suggest we thank Elias and we move to the second speaker, which would be Patrice Dionne, Product Line Manager at TeraXion. And Patrice will talk about compact tunable optical filter platform. Welcome, Patrice. We don't hear you though, so your microphone seems not to be working. Okay, we give it a minute.
Is it better now?
Yeah, now we can hear you.
Okay, good. And let me share my screen. Yes, you see my screen?
Not yet.
And now?
Yeah, now it's coming. Okay, you're all good.
All right. So thanks a lot. Thanks everybody for joining. So I'm gonna talk about a compact narrowband tunable optical filter. About the company, TeraXion, we're a company based in Canada, now part of Indie Semiconductor, and we're proud to also present our sister company, Exalos, and now TeraXion and Exalos together, we're the photonic business unit of Indie. What we have in common is that we've always focused in delivering photonic components, so really specialized at the component level. We're a proven supplier to the photonic industry with more than 1 million components sold up to date. And in terms of technological expertise, I'm focusing on TeraXion here, delivering solutions for different applications, both fiber Bragg grating, low noise laser, low noise electronic, locking loop, optical phase locking loop expertise. And today's topic, we're really focusing on our fiber Bragg gratings expertise for filters, also electronic and packaging. So we have a tunable filter platform based on best-in-class thermal management to stabilize and tune the central wavelength of those filters. And to the question why using FBGs for filter functions, there are many benefits, and the main one being of the ability of designing high-performance filters that can be tailored for specific needs. So we're able to write grating at any wavelength between 700 nanometers and 2.1 micron. We can also tailor custom bandwidth, narrow bandwidth, down to 2 gigahertz for a single reflective band filter, and also a notch filter, ultra narrow from tens to hundreds of megahertz bandwidth. And we can also optimize the profile for flat top steep edge isolation, for example. And in terms of functions and applications, those filters are often used for carrier suppression or sideband isolation in microwave photonics and the radio frequency over fiber. Another example is wavelength selection in frequency comms, carrier suppression, signal isolation, and ASC filtering in Brilliant sensing, or signal isolation in quantum key distribution. So here are a few examples where a really narrow band filter can be of interest. And in terms of profile, this is an example of a single narrow reflective band filters, few tens of gigahertz bandwidth. And what I was saying, typically designed with steep edge and flat top. We see the profiling reflection and transmission. You can use these filters in many ways. Ways to focus on the signal isolation, so reflecting the signal. Then you typically package the filter with a circulator to have access to the signal which has been reflected. Or you can also focus on suppressing the carrier. So here we reflect the carrier. So if we look at the transmission, so the isolation from a transmission point of view, the target is transmitted. You don't need an isolator. You have access to the signal directly. And in transmission, you're able to reach isolation of more than 50 dB. Another example of grating that we can write, I've talked about the 35 to 500 megahertz notch filters using a phase shift. I'll go quickly on this one, but it's often packaged into the tunable platform to get the ability of align with high precision, this really narrow notch. It's also the possibility to combine 2 fiber Bragg grating together to reach isolation in the 80 dBs floor that is not shown on the figure here, but really combine the isolation of 2 FBGs. And finally, another one of interest is the asymmetric filter. So then we'll really optimize the design to work on a specific edge. And here is an example of such usage of asymmetric filter. So optimized for the steepest edge, left edge on this example, we have a carrier with a sideband few gigahertz away, and we want to really isolate the signal from the carrier, suppress the other sideband, maybe some ASC noise here. And it's often packaged with the tunable platform because we really want align our edge on the sweet spot here. And what the tunable platform gives is best-in-class stability and also the ability to have a precise and dynamic alignment with 2 picometer resolution. So the TFN itself, what it is, it's a temperature-controlled FBG, tunable over 60 gigahertz, 2 picometer accuracy, really high stability, and also it's suitable for all types of gratings. And what's new, what we're releasing today is a new compact module that gives access with a transmission port. So we didn't have this before. Our reflection plus transmission TFN was much bigger. It's offered with fiber pigtail input outputs. We can also characterize those pigtail. It's offered with or without circulator. We have the ability to co-package the circulator within the module. For SM fiber, with PM fiber, the circulator will be integrated outside the package. And we also have the ability to integrate 2 FBGs in this small module for extra isolation. And here we have the 3 TFN. Maybe just a last word here, conclusion slide. It's really a versatile platform for high-end performance FBGs. So we have multiple package options to fit your needs. TeraXion, we've been delivering high-end FBGs for more than 25 years. We know what we do. We have proven simulation tools and grading inscription method, and also best-in-class packaging and thermal control. So if you have any really challenging filtering need, you need an optical fiber filter, call us. We may have a solution for you. Thanks a lot for your attention.
Great. Thank you, Patrice. Very well summarized. So now we have a minute or two for a discussion. Is there any questions maybe for Patrice? Anyone? Yeah, I was wondering myself, Patrice. Yeah, I mean, can you tell us a little bit more about the other product lines available at TeraXion, apart from the filters and yeah.
So for FBGs, we have a product that deal with dispersion compensation. So dispersion management, either for telecom with compensator, but also for ultra-fast laser or for pulse stretcher. We also design brags for high power lasers, so high power reflectors. And we also have a narrow line width laser product line. So ultra narrow line width lasers for distributed acoustic sensing or any coherent sensing. So yeah, I think it's a good summary of the things we offer.
Okay. But this tunable platform for filtering is really something new in the portfolio, right?
Yeah, this specific module, this compact module with both the excess and reflection and transmission. So that's a new thing. Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, looks like a very nice addition then. Okay, if there is no further questions, I suggest we go ahead and we thank Patrice again. So the next speaker of the session is Francesca Navarro, product manager at MRSI Mycronic. And Francesca will talk about Mycronic's introduction of new generation high precision epoxy dispenser for advanced packaging. Hello, Francesca.
Hi, thank you.
Are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay, you can see my screen.
It's coming.
Yep. Can everyone see my screen?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh, I have to hit share.
Okay, that's good. You're good to go.
Perfect. Thank you. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Francesca Navarro. I'm a product manager with MRSI Mycronic, and I'm very excited to be here today to share with you our latest innovation in our product portfolio. It's our next generation, ultra high speed, high precision epoxy dispenser. But first, a little about us. So headquartered in Sweden, Mycronic Group is a global organization with subsidiaries, agents, and distributors in more than 50 countries. This ensures we have a deep market understanding and can provide rapid support for all of our customers. And as a major player in the electronic assembly market, we strive to ensure our global footprint mirrors our customers' footprint. It's wherever you are is where we would like to be. And then MRSI, which was originally founded in 1984, is a business unit within Mycronic's Global Technologies division. And you can see this map focuses specifically on MRSI's worldwide presence. And you'll see we also mirror our customers' footprint. We're very strong in Asia, particularly Southeast Asia, where many of the CMs live. And among international equipment players, we're known for being best in service. We established teams of sales, service, and technical support close to our customers to ensure that each machine we sell also comes with best-in-class support service experience. We also provide prototyping and small batch die bonding services for our customers to shorten your time to market. And you'll see in Europe, we have a dedicated sales and service team based in Switzerland and Portugal and a demo center in Italy. And presently, this team's doing a fantastic job servicing the R&D activities in Europe and then the manufacturing in Asia. However, should manufacturing expand in Europe, our intention would be to scale this team up accordingly. So here is a snapshot of our full product portfolio of die bonders, active aligner, and epoxy dispenser. And as you can see, ultra-high precision is our focus and our niche. We started out and made our name serving the aerospace and microwave markets, which is why accuracy is simply in our DNA. And this enabled us to branch out into the field of optical communications. And since 2018, the company has invested heavily in R&D and has launched several new products to successfully address the volume, flexibility, and precision demands of the market. And then as I segue into the machine I'll be focusing on today, I'd like to point out that customers will frequently pair our dispenser with one of the die bonders you can see here. And they're the perfect companions because they share the same software platform and are SMEMA compatible. And then conveniently, dispense programs generated on the MRSI 175 can be used to create placement programs on the MRSI die bonders, which optimizes your production throughput. So here is our next generation high precision epoxy dispenser. And at her heart, she is still the reliable, flexible, repeatable epoxy dispenser we've all known and loved since 2000 when she was released. However, her next generation's a little prettier and a lot enhanced. The machine's 2 dispensing heads can still be individually configured with various pump types, such as volumetric, time pressure, jetting, and stamping. And flexibility is still built in with the ability to dispense 2 different materials with different dispensing parameters on any given application. Laser height sensing and then confocal options enable the dispenser's very precise control. The confocal sensor provides access to deep cavities and in close proximity to walls and other obstructions, and you can accurately map areas not accessible to a laser triangulation system. You can set up the dispenser to handle product from an input loader or upstream and downstream from other machines. And the heavy-duty adjustable width inline conveyor transports carriers weighing up to 20 kilos. So now let's talk about what has changed with the next generation dispenser. The 4 areas we focused on were ergonomics, speed, accuracy, and sustainability. One enhancement on the mechanical design of this dispenser is swapping out that tall upswing door for sleek, height-friendly French doors. At the beginning of our redesign journey, we met with some of our key partners for improvement ideas and what they would like to see. And we actually learned that some of the smaller operators had tied a string to this upswinging door because they couldn't reach it to close it. So we've now addressed this. And then additionally, all the frequently touched areas like drip cups, priming, and cleaning stations have been neatly organized in a line at the front of the work area to most easily reach. And field service engineers will easily find access panels in the front and back of the machine for efficient maintenance. And just all over the machine was configured with people in mind. So as far as speed, our trials have demonstrated this generation is up to 10 times faster than our previous. In fact, using SR4 epoxy, the machine laid a 10 by 10 dot matrix in 20.5 seconds, which in terms of UPH being as defined as dots laid in a pattern, it works out to about 17,560 units per hour. Another major advancement with this generation is accuracy. The standard model still boasts 25 micron at 3 theta accuracy, but the new Plus model is able to achieve 10 microns. So this has opened the door for us to serve markets needing even higher accuracy dispensing. And we've already received our first inquiry from a customer needing this accuracy building thermoelectric coolers. And finally, as we look towards a more sustainable future, we understand our customers are looking for ways to reduce their energy consumption and carbon footprint. So this generation dispenser is 35% more efficient than our previous generation, supporting your CSR initiatives. So what I want you to take away today is just how versatile this dispenser really is. It's designed to offer unmatched flexibility to our customers. You can configure those 2 heads with whatever dispense method works best for your process. There's custom fixturing that can be designed to optimize your batch processing. And we can even deliver solutions for your process that might not exist in our catalog yet. And I'll give you an example. We recently had a customer that needed a solution for dispensing a unique specific material from a 1 liter reservoir. You can actually see it pictured here, this bulk epoxy. So in a high volume production setting, this option allowed them to use bulk epoxy, which significantly reduced their material costs and extended the time between epoxy reloading to several weeks, which of course improved their efficiency. Our engineering team actually worked with the manufacturer of the reservoir to identify the most effective pump and integrated it with our dispenser and then created the perfect solution for them. So if you have a unique material you need dispensed or just a weird process that you're not sure we could handle, feel free to reach out. We're a solutions-focused organization and look forward to working hard to meet your needs. Thank you. And I'll do my best to answer any questions.
Yeah, thank you, Francesca. Very well summarized. Are there any questions indeed from the audience? I was wondering, Francesca, so is that the new generation only for this machine, or all the equipment is getting an update in your product lines?
We're always looking to advance our product lines. For example, our 5 micron die bonder, the 705, we've recently added high force bonding. So that machine is able to reach 50 kilograms of force now. So we're always looking to innovate and upgrade our products. This epoxy dispenser just happened to go through the biggest changes recently because we changed a lot of the mechanical design also after a lot of feedback from customers that, like I said, for example, those doors being difficult to reach. So it just went through a complete facelift.
All right. Yeah, indeed, looks like a very versatile and fast machine, as you were explaining.
Yeah.
All right. If there is no further questions, I suggest we thank Francesca and we move to the next speaker, who is Ed Robinson, Product Design Manager from Arden Photonics. And Ed will talk about the next generation encircled flux meter. Ed?
Hi there.
Hi, good to have you with us. So whenever you're ready.
Okay, let me just get set up.
Okay, good to go.
Can you see my presentation?
Yes.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much for inviting me. I'm Ed Robinson from Arden Photonics, here to introduce the MPX-1A, our next generation encircled flux meter. So first of all, a little introduction to Arden Photonics. Who are we? We are the leading, in fact, we think the only company specializing in the measurement of specialty optical fibers. Founded in 2001, based in Birmingham, UK. As a company, we pride ourselves on developing and supplying innovative test and measurement products to help our customers make and use optical fibers as best they can. So, we have products addressing a number of different optical fiber measurement challenges. refractive index profiling, our NPA 600 is a key popular product, fiber geometry, fiber cleave end face inspection, a wide range of products. But the thing I want to focus on today is our mode control and multi-mode launch, specifically measurement of a property called encircled flux, EF. This is one of the areas that Arden Photonics we're renowned, I think, in the industry as experts in. So to give a bit of background context, I think we're all aware technologies such as generative AI, cloud computing, they are all driving the need for robust, high-speed, efficient data centers. And that in turn is driving the need to deploy and test multi-mode fiber connections more robustly and efficiently than ever before. And we see encircled flux as a key component in the toolkit of measurement technologies for multi-mode fiber and transceivers. So yeah, a little bit of context. If you're not familiar with encircled flux, it's a measurement of the distributed power within the core of a multi-mode fiber. Basically describes the percentage of the power contained within a given radius. And so what that measurement does is it enables the standardization of the modal content of launch into a multi-mode fiber. This is important because it allows for example, for loss measurements to be standardized, more comparable, more accurate. And yeah, for many years, Arden Photonics has been the leader in the industry for the measurement of encircled flux through our MPX product range. And we're continuing to build on our experience and yeah, looking to take advantage of the latest technologies. So yeah, we're here to present the next generation encircled flux meter, the MPX-1A. So for those of you who may be familiar with the MPX-1, our previous generation encircled flux meter, what we've basically aimed to do is to take all of the good things about the MPX-1 and package those up with various enhancements, taking advantage of the latest technologies that have come along in the over a decade since we launched the MPX-1. So, for example, we've added various new features such as automatic focus, automatic exposure, automatic filtering, tools which we think are going to make the measurement much more repeatable, user independent, and make the MPX product line, fit for production environments where you want to reduce operator dependence as far as possible. We've also integrated the latest CMOS camera technology, gives us improvements to the linearity of the results. So our measurements are now much more consistent and comparable over a wide range of launch and measurement conditions. But alongside that, we've still got all of the features that users have come to expect from the MPX. The real-time measurement, the wide range of international standards that you can test to, and the wide range of both single and multi-fiber connectors that you can test. So what are the key applications for the MPX-1A? Well, so our bread and butter multi-mode light source and patch cord characterization. I think this is probably what the MPX1 is most famous for. We still see that as a key market. But in the last few years, we've seen a big takeoff in the use of encircled flux for the characterization of VCSELs for transceiver manufacturers, and some of the changes that we've put in place have been with that kind of market in mind. And then alongside that, there's also the aerospace market. We've got dedicated measurement tools and features for measuring aerospace standards compliant light sources, including 8585 light sources. So alongside the completely redesigned hardware, we've also got a completely redesigned software package that takes advantage of all of those new features, while still retaining all of the benefits of the existing MPX. So we still got all of the detail and the data that users come to expect, including the clear pass-fail indicators, but also incorporating controls for our new features. So as I said, the improved measurement setup tools that will help reduce operator decision making. And then finally, we've got new tools for results review and comparison, making it easier to check your EF results against reference sources or against one another. So that's an overview of the MPX1A. If you have any questions, I'd love to try and answer them now. But there's also details for our European Business Development Manager, Rob Roach, on screen, should you wish to contact him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ed. Very well summarized. Are there any questions from the audience? Yeah, if not, Ed, also have a question similar to before. Can you tell us a little bit more about the other product lines that Arden can offer along with this flux meter?
Sure. So related, I guess, sticking in the modal launch and measurement area, we have our range of ModCon modal controllers. So that's small component devices that you can insert into your test systems to ensure that your systems are compliant to EF standards. We've got our CMC system, which is for measuring the modal content of few-moded fibers. But some of our other range, we've got, as I briefly mentioned earlier, the NPA 600 refractive index profiler. That's a really exciting product for us at the moment. We think it's got some real key benefits in terms of the speed of measurement, the ease of measurement, the fact that it can measure large diameter fibers. Yeah, kind of a game changer, I think, in the refractive index measurement area.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a nice portfolio, and yeah, I'm sure it will trigger some interest from the people in the field. Yeah, let's thank Ed again with this, and we move to the last speaker of today's session, Frank Lerch, VP of Business Development at EPIGAP OSA. And Frank will talk about the shortwave infrared LEDs from 1000 to 2300 nanometers and low, mid, and high power packages, enabling applications from quality control to defense. Frank, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone, and thanks, Ivan, for having me on this session here this afternoon. And hello from Berlin. My name is Frank Lerch. I'm responsible for business development here at EPIGAP OSA. And today I will talk about SWIR LED, not only chips, but also other lines of products. And of course, SWIR LEDs span from about 1000 nanometers, and our latest addition to our product portfolio is extending that product line into the range of 2300 nanometers. But before I start, let me also give a short overview of our company. We are actually a young company with a very long tradition. Our tradition already dates back to the days of television production in East Berlin in Germany, when in the 1980s some engineers started to work on optoelectronics and LEDs, and started to produce these LEDs. This plan for television tubes was later then sold to Samsung after reunification. And out of this operation, some spin-offs were generated, OSA Electronics and EPIGAP Optronic, which themselves were later sold to, for example, Chicago Miniature Lighting and Jenoptik. And this line of business was then later restarted. For example, 2002, one of our mother companies, OSA Optolite, and 2011, EPIGAP Optronic, which was then again merged into the company that I'm now representing here, EPIGAP OSA Photonics, in the year 2003. So I'm talking about EPIGAP OSA Photonics here, located in the southeast of Berlin, in Berlin-Köpenick. Today, of course, we are quality management certified ISO 9001. Just to give you an impression of the size of our company, we are a family-owned business. We have currently about 80 employees. We operate 3 clean rooms, and we are in the process of adding one more clean room. In these current clean rooms, we operate chip process and SMD production and chip on board production. To give you an impression of our applications and markets, we supply our chips and LEDs mainly to the healthcare and life science markets and industrial sensors market, each of them having about 40% of our revenues, and the remaining 20% go into safety and security. With respect to the regions that we are active in, we are truly German/European company, with most of our sales, actually about 60% are generated in Germany and European Union. And the second largest market for us is North America, with about 18%. And we have a rather large footprint in Israel, with about 15 to 16% of our revenues being generated. And here in the picture, you can see our production facility and our R&D and offices. Let me also give you a short overview of our product portfolio. As I mentioned, we are a supplier of LED chips and packaged LED. We have product families in the UV range, in the visible, and in the infrared. So we sell about 40% of our business is still actually in selling LED chips in the different wavelength ranges. Then we package our own and bought in LED chips in THT packages, so TO cans or 3 or 5 millimeter LEDs. And as I said, we have a SMD production line in-house, so where we also package these chips. Somewhat specialty in our product portfolio are broadband light sources, where we use chips and packages and apply light conversion materials to these LEDs, and these are then packaged into SMDs and THT packages. If you look at the name of our company, EPIGAP OSA, actually EPIGAP meaning epitaxy and gallium phosphide, so that dates back to the 80s and 90s, where photodiodes were produced, and we still sell and manufacture photodiodes in different wavelength ranges. Another specialty in our product portfolio are monolithic display chips. These are usually custom design chips that we then either sell as chips or as LED modules, if you will. And another specialty is point sources in the visible and infrared range, where we also sell chips and packaged solutions. A rather new addition to our product portfolio are VCSELs. We can offer, since this year, VCSELs from 850 nanometers to 940 nanometers, but that's not the center of my talk today. A more traditional product in our product line are actually multi-chip SMD LEDs, where we have the possibility to place multiple chips, multiple wavelengths into standard packages, SMD and also TO cans. And if that's not customized enough, of course, we have the possibility to design special boards and modules for our customers in our chip-on-board processes and operations. Last but not least, of course, if you are interested in our products, you can find us on several platforms, for example, Farnell or RS and DigiKey, where you can find these products and order them real quick and very responsive. These platforms are indeed. And of course, if you're interested in larger numbers of products, our sales team is happy to answer your calls and answer your questions. In this slide, just a few pictures. We offer these chips on blue tape, of course, and on sub-mounts. So that's the upper row of this slide. I mentioned several packages in the so-called through-hole technology. So, for example, 3mm, 5mm LEDs and TO cans with lenses and flat tops. Here you see an example of a light conversion LED, where you actually can see the chip in the middle and the application of the light conversion material. And on the right-hand side, you see an example of an SMD high-power LED module. In the lower corner, in the left corner, you see examples of mid-power compact SMD LEDs with a single chip, so one wavelength. And in the middle, you see dual wavelengths compact SMD LED. And we can also produce these with a lens structure on top. In the middle, in the lower row, you see a standard package of a multi-chip device. And of course, only your needs are the limits of what we can develop for you. And last but not least, on the right-hand side in the lower row, you see some examples of our detector devices. We offer silicon carbide, silicon and IGAS detectors to complete our product portfolio here. But today's talk is supposed to be on SWIR and SWIR LEDs. So of course, if you're familiar with light and photonics, SWIR is just a part of the electromagnetic spectrum, spanning from about 1,000 nanometers to 2,300 nanometers. SWIR LEDs are used for illumination purposes in different industries. For example, in the food industry, you use the detection of moisture, for example, in quality control of apples or other fruit produce. Or you use sorting applications where you are interested in detecting foreign objects, for example, on your conveyor belt, where you want to identify stones or other objects that you don't want to have in your food. Other industry applications include silicon wafer inspection. Of course, you're probably familiar with the fact that silicon becomes transparent in the SWIR range, so you can detect defects in the silicon wafer when you, for example, shine light in the relevant wavelength through the wafer and detect, of course, with the camera. Other applications of SWIR and also infrared, of course, include defense applications. The traditional use of SWIR technology or infrared technology is imaging. We have the possibility to actually look through bad weather conditions with SWIR cameras. You can look through smoke and fog. If you are more interested in illumination aspects, there are retrofit infrared cameras on the market that need extra infrared illumination. and other applications of infrared LED, and especially lately SWIR LED, airfield beacons and helmet beacons for friend and foe detection on the battlefield, where you add another channel or another wavelength to increase the security of your soldiers. Now coming to our product line in the SWIR range, we offer, as I said, bare die on the market. We offer different chip sizes that we either produce ourselves or buy in and then resell. Standard sizes of these chips around, for smaller versions of these chips, 350 to 365 micrometer edge sizes, and the larger chips have a size of about 1 millimeter on the edge. In this table, to just walk you through, I'm not going into all the fields here in the table. I listed our chips with the different wavelengths and, of course, the representing materials, the chip sizes, and the product numbers, and some test conditions. And if you're interested in the product, I put in the data sheet, or the link to the data sheet for your reference. As far as I understand, this presentation will be given afterwards to the audience. We also, as I mentioned before, package LED chips in our production line. We have some very compact LED packages, for example, our Series 170 with dimensions of 1.9 by 1.2 by 1.2 millimeters, and another very compact and standard LED size is our 150 series with dimensions of 3.2 by 1.6 by 1.2 millimeters. And again, the table depicts the wavelength and some test conditions, the product number, and of course the output power, since you're probably interested in what light comes out of our LEDs. To complete, almost complete our product guide here in the SWIR range, we offer these LEDs in the SWIR range, also in 5 millimeter THT LED formats, and in TO46 with lens and without lens. Again, here's just an overview of the products that we offer in the different wavelengths and view angles and under different test conditions. And now coming to actually what is new in our product portfolio in the SWIR range, it's the extension upwards, meaning this year we added SMD high power SWIR LEDs 1900 upwards. So the 1900 nanometers, the 2100 nanometers, and the 2200 nanometers, and the 2300 nanometers are the new additions to our product portfolio with respect to high power SMD LEDs. Our standard package in the high power SMD LEDs has a footprint of 6 millimeters by 4.7 millimeters, and we offer our LEDs in the Series 480 with a globe top with a height of 1.1 millimeter, and we offer these high power SMD LEDs in our 490 series with a lens on top of it, and we either use an epoxy lens for wavelengths lower or at 1650, and above we use a glass lens. And here the height of these SMD LEDs is 4.3 millimeters. And as I said, the newest addition are the extended SWIR LEDs. We can run these LEDs at 1 amp actually, and these LEDs deliver then 4 milliwatts of power. And if you're interested, again, I listed the data sheets in this table, and you are welcome to download the data sheets. And if you have further questions, of course, you can either ask me or our sales team. And to wrap up, I think I gave you a short overview of our company. We are not just selling SWIR LEDs, but LEDs in general, packaged and as chips. And we are happy to design your modules in multi-chip configurations and chip-on-board assemblies. Thanks for your attention, and we are happy to receive your questions either today or later on. Here are our contact details. And again, thanks EPIG for organizing this meeting.
Thank you, Frank. Nice summary. A lot of products we've seen. Any questions from the audience? If not, Frank, I'm wondering, do you see the need to push it further beyond the 2300 nanometer or even deeper sphere?
Sometimes we get these requests, but then the question is the chip available on the market for us to then package it into LEDs? For now, we are rather happy to address the market of sphere LEDs around 2 micron. That's already covering a lot of the questions that we receive.
Okay, I see. Well, all right. So if there is no further questions, I suggest we thank Frank as well as all the speakers of today's session again. So you now see this poll on your screen to give us some feedback about this meeting. And let me just share a couple of quick things with you. So this was the EPIC members' new product release for you. And today we had 5 interesting discussions with EPIC members, Comptek Solutions, TeraXion, MRSI, Mycronic, Arden Photonics, and EPIGAP OSA. So we thank all the speakers again. And with this, I just remind you that EPIC is there to support you with technology expertise, market studies, networking, mentorship, recruiting, and investment opportunities. Thanks to our EPIC team, and I thank you for your attention, and I see you at the next edition of our new product release sessions. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone for joining. And yeah, so that was short. I think we fit it very well within the 1 hour time frame. Thanks everyone for staying on time, and nice summary